smiling face with hearts. Red heart card suit.
Yes, ma'am. Yo, what's up? You need me? Okay, you want me to, I can hang up. Go ahead. Want me to hang up? Okay. About 10, 15 minutes. That's too long? Okay, later. All right, little bugs. Good morning. Let's go ahead and jump on into this because I got to call my daughter back real quick. Someone is hiding the fact that they're dealing with some sort of professional alcoholic or a person that has addictions. It is a person that has been trying to keep you from knowing out the truth of their life. Beat it. Someone here has been trying to beat you out of some sort of time as well. Some of you all have a person here, you're under attack. What's going on in your life? Also, you're under some sort of spiritual warfare, spiritual attack. A person is trying to also manipulate you into believing or having a different type of sense of divine timing, fragile, trying to play with your mind, trying to play with your spirit. What I mean by playing with you with divine timing, somebody does not want to deal with the situation at hand. You were sent into this person's life to give them an awakening, a realization, to cause a tower that brings about an epiphany, because someone here is allowing the abuser to have power over them. All right, let's see. So I feel like some of you all here have been like, you know, spiritually manipulated or spiritually abused even. All right, Holy Spirit, what else they need to know? Yep. Because this is somebody here who was just living life, you know, pissing in the wind, having a good time. Somebody here they love the chills and the thrills of life. Somebody here also could be surrounded by, you know, a party type of lifestyle, or people that are not responsible, not mature, do not hold them accountable. The angels are letting you know a person is not the way they portray or seem to be. Some of you all here, it is a person here that just like they make piss poor decisions. They don't want you to know how badly they make decisions. All right, dang. All right, the earth is speaking to you. The universe is speaking to you about a person and about a situation. The first confirmation you need to understand, you were sent into this person's life for them to have a reality check, for them to recognize their choices, for them to recognize, because somebody here may be going through like some consequential situations and circumstances, but they're allowing it. They also need to recognize that you are a mirror to them. It's not that your life is perfect or better, but you are something. You could also be about peers as far as the same age. You are a mirror to them to show them, you know, you're off track. You've gotten off track. You've taken a left turn. You need to go right, or you should have went straight. You went a different direction. You know, you're in an abusive cycle. You're allowing this. Get rid of something. Get rid of this person. Get rid of this habit. All right. What else does the collective need to know about this person and or situation? Yep, a new moon. For those of you all that are feeling like, you know, a little off sometime, your energy feels drained late at night, you could be having some sort of experience or encounter. This is a person here that works on your energy, works on your, you know, it could be your psychic abilities as well. According to the moon, specifically the new moon here, I also feel like a person here is trying to sink you and them in from the moon. One thing about the moon's energy, you don't see addictions, you don't see behavior patterns. I also hear the word hallucinate. You could have a person here that feels like he or she are very skilled in making people hallucinate, wanting you to think something is there and not there. The subconscious versus the conscious, being confused emotionally versus, you know, psychologically. Something here is definitely meant to take you on a darker side so that you don't see them in the shadows. The red blood skies. Now, this is somebody here that could be under some blood magic for some of you all as well. there's been some sort of sacrificial love or a sacrificial choice that they made, or a person is, because of the consequences that they're experiencing, they know that they've made a particular choice that does not favor their life in a healthy manner. This is also somebody here that wants you to unconditionally love them through the hard times. For some of you all that are in like these twin flame journeys, soulmate journeys, your soulmates are trying to, soulmates and twin flames are trying to hold on your spirit, hold on to your spirit and your energy to help them persevere through a situation slash circumstances. I feel like you also may not know just how powerfully, how spiritually in tune your twin flame slash soulmate is. This could be a person here that comes off mentally abusive, but in actuality they're spiritually abusive. All right, let's see what else you need to know about the situation slash person. All right. Yep, the Page of Cups. This is someone who needs some support. I also feel like somebody here needs an intervention, because somebody here has a drinking habit, a bad habit, and they have a repetitious behavior, making the same choice, the same thing. Somebody here has a challenging time letting something go, letting someone go. Now, in the event that it's not your person that has a bad habit or addiction they need to shake, there is someone that they are involved with that they need to, become more structured and disciplined with, because that person has a bad addiction. Some of you all, it could be a child of theirs, adult child, teenage child. It could be a full-grown child. Others of you all, it could be a third party to where children are involved. Children are under the influences, households of abuse and things of that nature. Or a person, professional alcoholic. Somebody here is a professional alcoholic. So this is, okay, one thing about a professional alcoholic, professional drug user, they are the kind of people that go to work every day. They may need the alcohol or the drug to be able to sustain, being at work. Also, they think, because, I go to work, I pay my bills, everything is taken care of. You don't see them in the same light. Something here is also rubbing off on a person at work. Somebody here could be going through like withdrawals while they're at work, so this, I don't know, somebody's job is in jeopardy, or they have already jeopardized their job slash career by drinking on the job, doing drugs on the job, or they have a different type of addiction that's affecting them in their job and or lifestyle. All right, let's see. What else do they need to know? What else do they need to know? Yeah, somebody got a drinking habit. Somebody here's one of those professional alcoholics. They go to work, yep. And they also, your person could be afraid of that person. This could also be a person here that's been traumatized. Somebody here, when they get intoxicated, they become belligerent, very aggressive, very abusive, very hostile, very mean-spirited, and they attack. So see, children could have been, for some of you all here, something going on specifically with a child or children, where, something is being investigated or need to be investigated, because what happened to a child, being abused. So somebody who can have marks on them. It could be broken bones. It could be burns. It could be bruises. It could be there's something that's making people or professional people look into something. Somebody here is a professional alcoholic, but every day they got to have a drink. At least 3 drinks, 3 cans, 3 glasses of wine, 3 shots, something like that. Somebody here feels as if they cannot function. Their body goes into a stage of withdrawing. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie New Jack City, when Ice-T had got Pookie cleaned up. And he was in that bed shaking. Somebody here starts sweating profusely. When they sweat, you probably can smell it coming out of their pores. I believe as if there's a person that's having a hard time fighting a really bad addiction. Something here is about professionalism. Something here is about their job or career is rubbing off. It's overspilling. Their habit has jumped into their job or career. You know how you leave your personal problems at the door of your job? Somebody here is taking their addiction to work with them. They could also be a little too friendly when they go to work, and this could be some sort of harassment case, essay harassment, inappropriate touching, inappropriate speaking. Somebody here, their habit causes them to interact inappropriately with their peers, co-workers, or something like that, and it is on a sexual nature. All right, Holy Spirit, what's the this is what somebody don't want you to know they're dealing with either. See here? This is a secret. Somebody here has a bad habit, honey. A bad habit, bad addiction, and they don't want you to know about it. Now, for some of you all in these third parties, y'all gonna have to switch the energies around, or you should. The thing of the matter is, they are dealing with someone of a bad habit, bad nature, bad addiction, and that person, they can't control themselves. When they're intoxicated, when they're high, they're out of their mind. They're not consciously doing something, but yet they are consciously doing something. It's almost as if a person saying, "I didn't know I did that." I didn't know better. I also hear the words oversleeping. They could be getting tipsy, getting drunk, drinking on the job, drinking, under the hours. It's showing me a clock. Drinking on the hours of the clock, or getting high while they're at work. Then they in the car or in the break room, sleeping it off. And something here has become a problem. It's a problem. Yep. See right here, and it's some of you all. It's an expense to a person. It's costing them. This could also be a person here that's being sued. Causing the company to be sued. Their liability. This person that has this habit has become a liability to their employer. If they are by chance self-employed, business owner, entrepreneur, that they are a liability to their own company. And because they it's something they do inappropriately, but they can't knock this habit. Somebody here is trying to cover up them helping a person that has a really bad habit / addiction. All right, Holy Spirit. Oh, y'all, my bad. Got my alarm. All right, Holy Spirit. What's the 9 of Wands? What's the 9 of Wands? Yep. Somebody here is also trying to get you to walk away. Some of you all, that's why you're under attack. I hear that song, Bag Lady. I think it's by Erykah Badu. You gonna hurt your back, bagging all these bags like that. Somebody here is a bag lady, bag man. They have taken on the problems or burdens of somebody else. And the thing of the matter is, it's costing them. Somebody does not want you to know they carry people. They're carrying a drunk person. They're carrying a person here that's, a junkie. They're carrying a person with a bad habit. And what I mean by carrying them, they're carrying all their problems, all their burdens. And now something here has gone too far. So some of you are, a person here is allowing a certain situation, a certain circumstance in their life, and they don't want to tell you. There's a secret to why they don't want to walk away as well. Let me look at something as the children. Give me something. Somebody here's a bag lady, bag man. Yep. Somebody here is also arrest, going to jail, repeatedly going to jail, getting into trouble, dealing with the same thing over and over. I heard CDV. It could also be drunk driving. What's vehicular? Is it vehicular homicide? Isn't that where somebody is unalived in a car accident? Somebody here is negligent. They are negligent as a mother lover. This is a negligent person somebody is trying to cover up the tracks for. They're showing me a person walking backwards, but they got a rag under their foot, wiping off something. Somebody here is negligent as hell. Give me something on these kids. Some of y'all kids are being abused. Others of you all, something could have happened with a child or children because of a negligent guardian, parent. It can even be babysitter. Whoever this person is that has this habit. This is an addiction, they keep telling me. Something is an addiction. Somebody here needs rehab. And somebody here cannot go into a short term of rehab. They need long-term rehab. Somebody here needs to be in a rehabilitation center because they have an addiction. It's traumatizing everybody around them, friends, children. And they get aggressive, very hostile, very abusive. Holy Spirit, what's the page of cups? Some of you all here, there's something very specific about a third party, because I keep hearing third party in my head. Holy Ghost, what's the page of cups? Give me some of these kids. Yep. See here, somebody here, either the children want to walk away or a person walks away from their child. Somebody here abuses their kids. I told you, when they're under the influence. That's what it is. There's a child that could be running away, want to get away. Sometimes I feel I want to run away. I want to run away. There's a child that's running away, wanting to run away. It's a child. It's a child that want to get out of this. This child is living in a dysfunctional environment. Whoever this child lives with, parent, guardian, grandma, granddaddy, auntie, uncle, cousin, sister, brother, whomever, you know that more than I do. The child wants to get the HELL out because that person is aggressive, abusive. Very, very, very. They're more than stern. They're more than firm. And the person knows what they're doing when they do this. Somebody could also actually, drink intentionally to hit a child. It could also be verbal abuse for some of you all. They're doing something or saying something while they're under the influence. It's like a drunk heart speaks a sober mind. Somebody here know what the hell they doing. Somebody here is torturing a child. But the Five of Wands here, this is a really, really bad attack. So for some of y'all, there could be a case to where something really bad has happened to the child. And there could be like CPS that's involved. Not only CPS, there could be a situation, DSS is involved, Child Protective Services. This definitely is about a child hunt. Lord, look at my grandbaby. Lord Jesus. I apologize. They sent me that picture of Chloe. Somebody's child could be left at home. The parent is not responsible. The guardian is not responsible. Not picking them up, leaving them at home, leaving them at a friend's house. Some people are noticing something about a child's parent or parents or the guardian. Now, something here ain't right. This is definitely drinking. A lot of drinking is going on here. But for some of you all, it may not be drinking. It may be an actual, like I said, an actual drug. Yeah, a child is being abused by this person that has this bad addiction. And I think for some of you all here, a person is saying divine timing, things will work out in divine timing. But you know what they're doing? They're tolerating the situation. Somebody is tolerating them being abused or their child being abused. And with you, this is why they're doing this. I get this real easy. This is why they're doing this. They don't want to pull a child out of a certain setting because they're trying to make it functional. Right? They're trying to make it functional and livable. And they don't want you to know what goes on between them and the child or them and the child's other parent/guardian. Yeah, so somebody here is allowing, they have allowed all this shit right here. Because this don't have to be. Yeah, I know sometimes you want to feel sorry for people, but it's the children you should feel sorry for. It's almost like, let's say it's two parents that's doing this. One parent is trying to cover up what the other parent is doing. See here, I told you. Somebody here is trying to confuse you about what's really going on in their life. Let's say you got a third party with one of these people. You got a spiritual connection. They're your soulmate. And they keep saying y'all going to be together at a certain time. It's all about divine timing. They want to wait until a child does not have to, you know, interact or deal with the other parent, so to speak. So when does that happen? Typically around 18, when a child graduates or go off to school or can leave the home. Something here has a strange touch to it. It's very strange, very peculiar. Somebody here is doing something very strange with your energy to keep you from knowing the strange things that's going on in their life, and they don't want to make a choice about it. This is somebody here that's co-signed the habits and addictions of another person, because the Page of Cups is supporting. Somebody here has been covering up. They ain't just, you know, supporting. They're covering up what a person has been doing. Somebody here keeps making excuses for a drunk or a junkie. And this drunk and junkie is abusive. Hold on, what y'all can't see? Hold on, let me stop. Can y'all not see the cards? Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Let me pause for a second. Can y'all see the cards? Is that what y'all saying y'all can't see? I saw somebody say they can't see something. All right. All right. Y'all should be able to see now. Let me go ahead and wrap this up. This somebody here is covering up some abuse, honey. And what they're hiding from you. High Priestess, talk to me about the situation. Yep. This is either a daddy who's doing this. And I'm going to give y'all the 3 scenarios I see in. Either the dad is abusive, dad is covering up what's going on, or dad is playing with you about what's going on as far as in their life and a relationship. You're being placed, somebody here, you're being placed, I hear spiritual hold. You're being placed on spiritual hold. You know why? Because whoever this Emperor is to you, male or female, this person is holding you off because they don't deal with their problems. And this is somebody here, this is somebody here who will not address the fact that they have a drunk in their life, or they themselves are a drunk, a junkie, a drug habit, these people got bad addictions and bad behavior problems. And these people are under investigation. Somebody here has, like, you know, legal people, you know, courts. Something here is documented under court observation, you know, DSS, CPS, Child Protective Services, something like that. See, something has happened, and somebody here is lying to you. It's the mother of their child, the father of their child. This is a baby mama, baby daddy component for some of you all. Or it's a husband and wife, girlfriend and boyfriend, family member, something like that. But I told you, see here? And some of y'all may not know, some of these men and women that y'all dealing with hiding addictions. They got real bad addictions, drinking addictions, drug addictions. They got drug habits. And that's the codependency. These people have hidden lifestyles. The moon hides addictions. Yep. Somebody here is in, some of y'all in a third party with somebody in a relationship that has some sort of addiction, drug, or like I said, drinking. And they don't want to break up with this person. Somebody here is going, I told you, you were sent into this person's life to show them who they are, maybe who they became, or, you know, or to ignite some sort of spiritual awakening. Big time. I'm going to tell you one thing. Somebody here allows abuse, though. And somebody here may want you to think they, you know, top-notch parent. They're not. Top-notch responsible parent. They're not. They're cream of the crop. Somebody who wants you to think they're the cream of the crop, they're not. Yep, they're not. You were sent into this person's life to reveal to them that they are not the cream of the damn crop. This person is either an abuser and a person that allows abuse, or a person that's hiding, covering up abuse. Now, I keep hearing that word sue again. Give me something on the word sue. What is that here for? That's the truth. Somebody here has either been sued or being sued. Something could be going on with something. Something inappropriately has taken place. Somebody here is hiding, like, you know, some sort of allegation or something they did to a child or children. They're in court. They're in court for this. And it could have been, you know, something here that went too far. The Ten of Swords. Somebody told on them, or something like that. But see, somebody here is having to pay a lot of money. This person has an attorney. Yep, a lot of money is having to be paid because this person here is being sued. Somebody here did something while they were under the influence, not in their conscious mind. They were conscious but not sober. So thank you. They were not of a sober mind while doing this. And guess what, though? Guess what? Something here has been documented. Somebody here has something on their record. You may not know it. They could be trying to get an expungement, a pardon, or something like that. Or this could be somebody here dating someone, sleeping with someone. For some of you all, there could be a young girl, because only girls can have babies. A young girl that had a baby from an older man, age difference. There could be a statutory thing here. Did it while they were under the influence. You know, somebody here could feel like they railroad me with the Ten of Swords. This was a setup. But guess what? Their bad habits, bad addiction, bad behaviors led them right down a path of damn destruction. Because if they would have dealt with their bad behavior, bad addiction, bad habit, they would not. Somebody here is easily tempted. They tread in the devil's territory too often. They're easily tempted. And somebody here may have a child with someone that's exceptionally young, having to pay money to the child. Something here is off over here. Let me see something here. Somebody, this person got secrets. Somebody here is terrified of you knowing something about them. Somebody here, what they paying for? Show me, what are they paying for? The Six of Wands. You know what somebody doing? Somebody has something over a person. Somebody has been caught sleeping with a minor. You know why I say that? And for some of you all here, somebody here had something going on with a child. The conception. A minor has conceived. So a child could be lying about how old, you know, their boyfriend or girlfriend is. But they're paying money to hold back off charges. Because somebody here would file charges on them. Something here would be, like I say, of a statutory thing. Yep. Something here is hella inappropriate. Somebody who let their bad habit, let this addiction really get the best of them. Yep. They're lying. Somebody here is lying to you. Somebody here is lying to you, honey. Ma'am or sir. Big time. And somebody here, they are around, you know, I heard teenagers. This could be a grown person hanging out with someone half their age, or, you know, 17, 16, 17 and below is minor. Let's say the person is legal. It's still inappropriate. Somebody here would think it's inappropriate. Let's say somebody here is 18 dealing with a 30-year-old. It doesn't look good. So something here could be about reputation. But when they go out, somebody here is partying with a younger crowd, or a younger person is going into an adult atmosphere, enticing a person, tempting them, and somebody fell for the bait of temptation. And now, you see right here, they don't want you to know. Somebody here is a perv. Male or female. Male or female. But it all stems back to this habit. This habit they have, bad habit they have, or a bad addiction. Dang. Yep, chakras. Their chakras are unaligned. Their chakras are blocked. For some of you all here, a person here could be playing on your chakras. You know why? You know, trying to block your chakras to keep you from picking up the truth. And they keep telling you, oh, divine timing is at play. But in actuality, somebody got they behind into some trouble. They done got into some trouble and they don't want to tell you. And then, okay, we know they got in trouble, right? But this is not just the trouble. It's the bad habit. The bad addiction. This could be a sex addiction. They're showing me a lot of Lifetime movies. Somebody here has bad addictions, drinking addictions, and they have random sex. They don't think. Somebody gets high and do things. They don't think about the age. They think about the act of what they're actually doing. Yep, somebody here needs some help. You're getting messages from above to help you recognize who a person is, more so why they're trying to block you off, disregard you, or hold you off. Those of you all that feel like you're being held off spiritually, you know, the reason why is because you have a soulmate or maybe that twin flame that's playing with you because they're hiding the trouble they've gotten themselves into. Somebody here opened their legs up or went between the wrong legs, and it's caused them legal troubles. Because somebody here is also could be dealing with, you know, the paternity of a child. If the child is theirs, let's say the child came back and it's not theirs. Well, guess what? The child come back and it's not theirs, but they still were having sex with that person. Somebody here could be in a lot of different situations. Either way, somebody here has gotten caught up with sleeping with underage teenagers, or something here is just still like an inappropriate nature. And this is somebody here who's been doing it under the influence. Somebody here need rehab, but they also need counseling. Yep. They need some counseling. This person needs some goddamn counseling. This person needs some help. They have a sick nature. The sickness is when they have this, when they fulfill or indulge, when they indulge in this drinking or drugs, you know, there's something of a cocktail as well. When they indulge in that, you know, it activates the sick side of them where they have a sex addiction. This person got a sex addiction, a drinking or drug addiction, and also they could be an abuser, very abusive. Very, very, very aggressive, belligerent, hostile, torturous. Yep, somebody here needs some counseling. And somebody here needs not to be around children. See, somebody's trying to throw you off. See this how this came upside down? Now look at this right here. Remember I told you they showed me a watch? See, somebody is trying to make you get different messages that will keep you from knowing. See this time card? They're playing with your time. Yep. It's too many hands in this. Somebody who got their hands all in your life trying to manipulate you to prevent you from knowing the truth about theirs. Lastly, epiphany. There's a major epiphany that you need to have. Also, for some of you all, this person knows you came into their life for a specific reason, to address or to mirror, to look at them. They have some sort of habit, some sort of addiction. It's something you are supposed to ignite or activate this person to doing so they can hopefully have a transformation. Yep, somebody here is definitely, I mean, somebody who needs some rehabilitation. They need some help. It needs some, this person talking about divine timing with you, but they need some divine intervention. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to divine timing, God knows the hour, the minute, the second. Nobody knows our time better than the Lord. So what this person is doing is trying to orchestrate things to get you to not focus on time. Because somebody here is caught up. You know, if this is all one person, they're caught up in a lot of mess. Others of you all, they didn't got caught up with a younger energy, you know, playing around with younger people. Oh, this reminded me of this dude that told me, you know, he didn't like going to our hometown. He said because everybody act old. But the fact of the matter was he started dating much younger girls, you know, like college girls. So it could be something simple like that. Somebody here is a grown person, but they still interact with the college kids. Freshmen in college, sophomores in college. I mean, I can't. It's legal, but it's some. It still has that. You get what I'm saying? It's legal, but it has an inappropriate touch to it. It's like why are you dealing with college kids or people that are in college? So some of y'all, it could be a big age gap, but something here is about environment. Somebody here could also be the kind of person, they're grown and they have children or, you know, teenage kids, and they're dealing with someone that's almost the age of their child, something like that. Like I said, it could be legal, you know, because when you're 18, quote unquote, is legal. Does that make it right? Not necessarily. So it's like a moral compass that somebody here is struggling with. It's like, you know, they're the legal age. I mean, so I didn't like, you know, break the law. They didn't break the law, but they broke the compass of morals and values. And like, you know, where's your integrity with this? To make it simple with that, think about Shannon Sharp. Shannon, 56-year-old man. That little girl, that young lady he was dealing with, she was what, 19? I think 19 or 20 something, something like that. Just a few years before, you know, before she was in high school going to prom. Now she with somebody that's actually old enough to be her grandfather's age, a grandfather or a dad's age. So something here has a component of it. Why would you deal with somebody that young? Okay, yes, they're of age because they're 18, but somebody here, they don't know. Somebody here is, you know, I'm just gonna say it. They don't understand what equals are. My dad used to say, you don't have no business being around that person. They're not your equal. Meaning they're too old for you to be around or too young for you to be around. It's something like that. Somebody here has a challenge with environments. This could be somebody here who has a challenge growing up. You know, they could be a grown man, grown woman, but they still like to interact with people that remind them of their youth, you know. So fresh out of high school, college like kids, you would think there would be a mentor to these person or some sort of mentee type, playing some sort of mentee type role, but in actuality, you know, they are somebody who still has attraction to like high schoolers, college, you know, kids or something like that, but they could be a full grown adult. So that could be the component to where they're hiding from you and telling you divine timing. Because this person will be trying to let this person grow up some, get a little older, and then if you find out, hopefully it wouldn't look so bad or so harsh on them. Somebody here thinks they have enough brains for you, them, and everybody else. They're trying to outsmart this situation. And some of you are a person here is trying to manipulate you spiritually, you know, keep you unawoken to something, to the realization of who they are. Because somebody here struggles with like a predator-like spirit from their core. They have a sexual predator spirit, sexual predatory energy within them, which is a, you know, subliminal lines of a perv. It's something like that, male or female. This could be man or woman, because men are not the only ones that do this. Women do this too. And somebody here, they're hiding something, and you know why they're hiding it? Because it could affect their reputation. It could affect their reputation, which could affect their money. Now, some of you all, there could be in something that happened with them, you know, among colleagues, you know, interns. Damn. They're giving me that whole Monica Lewinsky situation again. You know, Monica was an intern, but she was doing Bill. Oh, Lord, y'all. Somebody here be sleeping with the new person on the job. I hate to say it like this. The new person, the young person, like fresh meat. Somebody here could have also been having an affair with somebody at their job is much younger and it has compromised their job. Like I said, the integrity was not there. Damn integrities, morals, values, their moral scruples are just fucked up. Shit. That's what this is. And now, instead of this person telling you the truth, this is how you know somebody is sick at the core of who they are. Instead of a person telling you the truth, what they did or got caught up with, people get caught up in the moment. When it's caught up in the moment, they go ahead and, disperse it. They expel it. They tell you what it is. When they're trying to cover up and hide it, it's because they're still doing it or because they still want to do it. They may not be doing it with the same person, but it's another person that may be similar, like the situation in a different place. You get what I'm saying? So somebody here is covering up not only what they did already, but probably what they still are doing. So somebody here has compromised their job and they can be being sued. This is like a civil lawsuit. This could be a civil lawsuit, sexual harassment on the job. Something here is of a conflict of interest. It's a conflict of fucking interest. I don't understand how the hell people get attracted to people at their damn job so you make your damn money. That should be the last, especially when these age gaps go on. If a person here is a supervisor, manager, boss, CEO, somebody who could be screwing their boss, a damn intern screwing their boss, then go tell it, or blackmailing them. Now this person could, hold on, y'all. Hold a minute. We got to open this up some more. Let's say somebody is screwing their boss. Let's say somebody's screwing the supervisor, boss, manager, CEO or something like that. They got them at a moment of weakness. They were tempting that person. They were temptation, right? Let's say it was a younger woman with the older man. Let's just use those two genders really quickly. Let's say a child was conceived out of this. So somebody is hiding a child. Why the child being hidden? Because they work with that person, because they are that person's superior. The superior should have known better. But the superior has a weakness. The superior has a damn addiction. The superior is a predator. So the superior has put his or herself in a predicament to be sued, blackmailed, extorted. So this is somebody here that may not want you to know they're being blackmailed, they're being extorted. They're paying the price to keep their secret quiet. But their ass is guilty. And you cannot refute that. Because they should not have been that much. They weak. It's just a weakness. So that's one component. If it's, they're hiding a child, that means they likely are, when people like this right here get caught up, y'all, of course they have the money, the resources to, put people up in apartments, homes, purchase cars on bigger levels. You feel me? On bigger levels. Now that's one way. Another way, a person here may not have it. Their job has been compromised because they couldn't keep their legs closed. It could be a man-on-man situation, a woman-on-woman situation. Something here is of harassment. Somebody here has been accused of something. Somebody here has an accuser. Somebody here has they have an accuser. And that accuser is threatening them to tell. So they are a slave. The Eight of Swords, they are a slave to this younger energy, youthful energy, or, this thing they did. They are a slave to a person. That movie with Demi Moore and Michael Douglas, when Demi Moore came on to him, she was the aggressor in the situation. It challenged his marriage. But he ended up winning because she was trying to say that he sexually assaulted her. But in actuality, she did that to him. But it was a setup. So some of you all, it could be a setup. But you know what? Even in that, you can't be so mad because the person put themselves in that situation. So somebody here has contributed to their downfall. They have contributed to them being, effed up. They contributed to this mess. Yep. They have contributed to this mess here. Give me something on the person that's being extorted, blackmailed, or sued. Give me something on that. Give me something on this. Yep. See, somebody ass going to jail. So some of y'all, that jail card straight up, there's something with a statutory age. They got regrets. They crying. You know why? Because they done slept with somebody that's a minor, of a minor-like age. That's one way. Others of you all, there's something else involved here. Yep. All these setups with, you can't, I don't, I'm going to say this respectfully. Yes, we have compassion and, we empathize with people, but some setups just shouldn't be. Because morals will keep you out of the beds of other people. Morals. Okay, you have a fling. These people that be having these flings, I don't care if you 50. She need to be at least 25. He should be at least 25. If y'all work to try to stay out, let me say something. Try y'all best. Stay out these here work situations because it costs people their lives, their livelihood. Somebody's livelihood is being challenged. See this here? You see this here? It's a lot of people out here sleep around. I'm not here to judge. I'm trying to help you. If you gonna hold right. Because you can't, this right here, hold and take somebody straight to court. See right here? And some of it's a lie. So it's some little white lies mixed in with some truths. Somebody here had put, see here? This is cleverness, sneakiness. Somebody here got too close. Flirting on the job, flirtatious, inappropriate settings I'm hearing. So there is some validity, although there are lies here. What's going on in this courtroom? Somebody here, they not, undisciplined, y'all. All of us fall of something, but these situations you got to be careful with. Shit, they didn't fail their damn whole livelihood fucked up. See, they're screwing. Somebody here screwed somebody. Slept with the wrong person. Okay, God from Zion. Hell no, child. What's the justice card? Child, somebody who could have several accusations. Several accusers. It could also be several components to it. See right here? The 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords and the 10 of Cups. This is somebody here. They made a vulnerable. This person right here does not like hearing the word weak. Although weak is the right word that accommodates this energy, this person doesn't like that. Because when I was getting ready to say the word weak, they push it to the left. Y'all don't understand what that means, but I do. They don't want me to say that, but that's what it is. They had a weak moment. And see this here? Somebody here could put them on blast, could put something out, and people would listen. People would watch. People would pay attention. It would make them look bad. Their character would be destroyed. They could be very successful on the way to success. They could be someone here that's well-known, popular, or something like that. But they had a vulnerable moment. They had a vulnerable moment. They had sex. It could have happened one time. And guess what? Somebody here ain't used no condom. They ain't used no condom. There's somebody here kissing, rubbing, and stuck it in. Whatever hole they went in the hole raw. You see this here? They went in there raw dogging. They raw dog somebody. Vulnerable moment. And that's what it is. It's cost them their reputation. Now, some of y'all, these people who may have money or status, they are being, extorted, blackmailed. But it goes right back to their bad habit. Right back to their addiction. Show me this person. Show me this person they raw dog. Yep, show me this person they raw dog. Show me this person they had raw sex with. This King of Wands and this Nine of Swords. Yep. They didn't think. They did not think about it. They just did it. They just did it. And now look what they're doing. They paying that person. They giving that person money. For some of you out here, they could have been splurging, shopping on this person, you know, taking them on trips, doing things with them because it was a new person they had strong likes for, strong interest. This is a person, a person they either knew for a while, worked with for a while, or something like that, or this is an affair. This is an affair, honey. Yep. And this could have been some sort of, you know, love bombing situation, them to that person to them. But you know what else though? This is somebody here. This is somebody here who didn't recognize game. Especially if they are a manager, a boss, some sort. Oh yeah, I got to go. Some sort of supervisor. I got to go. I got to call Notion. Some sort of supervisor. They yeah. Oh hell no. No, I ain't got to go, y'all. I ain't got to go. Look, this person right here that messed himself up. This is a lustful moment. A lustful moment has gotten the best of their life. And this is going to be, I'm going to be honest, whoever this is not a temporary situation. This situation here is going to be a little lengthy. And the reason why it's going to be lengthy because they're being blackmailed, because they're being extorted, because they are in a predicament to where they didn't see someone manipulating them, love bombing them, finessing them, tricking them, or even setting them up. And that person has the best of them. Y'all, I got to go. Hello? I got to take this phone call, y'all. This is definitely somebody ass going to jail. This is confirmation. This is definitely somebody ass is going to jail. Somebody here going to prison. Whatever they did, gonna make their ass go straight to prison. That's what this is. This ain't nothing but confirmation. Hold on 1 second, Jimmy. Hold on. Somebody ass going to prison. Now, they're either going to prison for statutory something, or they're going to prison because there's the other components to this. You got Capricorn, Libra, Scorpio, Taurus. Where the other dice went? 1, 2, 3. Oh, over here. And Capricorn. All right, peace and blessing. Great day. I'm going to catch y'all later. Namaste. All right, Jimmy, what's going on, little bug? I'm doing good. How about you?